Refresh your interior. Pick what... Now it looks exactly like it was a decade ago. I can almost feel the memories hitting me. An excellent example of Mayan culture from Guatemala. And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their... Oh, I remember now. I never liked the way the books were sorted on these shelves.
That you didn't. Your brother often struggled to find his reading materials after our visits.
Sir, what do you think you're doing?
Officer,
Oh, I know you. You're the clever chap that cracked that Palazzo del Luzzo case, eh?
presuming there has not been another murder since, then yes, it is I. I'm here to investigate the accident. You don't mind if I examine the scene?
You're too late. Case closed. It was no accident. The rickshaw driver deliberately ran that poor woman over, and I'm taking him into custody.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then my examination of the scene can hardly interfere with your brilliant work, Officer
Huxley. Well, if you want to play detective, go ahead. But stay away from my business, all right?
An impact to the back of the head caused severe damage. Her death was probably instant.
Cordona's true horror revealed. Behold, the killer curb.
It takes two to tango. I'll find a use for it. The dress looks generally neat and tidy. Any staining must have been from the accident. This pendant looks like it may contain something. Let's see. Cleaning the houses of rich men by day and preserving England's secrets by night.
My friend, you know you're in trouble, right? But all this can go away for a small fee.
Oh, damn crooked cops. Come on, concentrate, so we can stop him before he arrests the driver.
Always take care when walking beneath balconies.
I didn't see her, I swear. She came out of nowhere. I heard someone collide with my car, and when I turned around, she was lying there dead.
Sir, I've heard the same not my fault lie 1,000 times. I wasn't born yesterday.
I've brought such tragedy to my family.
Sir, I've heard the same not my fault lie 1,000 times. I wasn't born yesterday.
From the position of the body, we can deduce that Mycroft's agent walked down the street from the east. The rickshaw's tracks show that the vehicle was coming from the south. The rickshaw gained speed down the slope of the road and was going too fast to stop for a pedestrian.
But, Sherry, it would be impossible to miss a rickshaw speeding downhill. It was as fast as a racehorse.
Unless something distracts you. A A sudden loud noise caught the agent's attention and they stepped into the road without looking. It was all an accident. John, no one is immune to chance. Such synchrony of events would be very difficult to contrive artificially.
No such thing as coincidence. I bet there's a killer mastermind behind this. Or a team of killers. Ooh, a secret global rickshaw conspiracy.
Upon examination of the scene, I have concluded that the smash of the flower pot distracted the woman. She didn't notice the oncoming rickshaw. After stepping into its path, she was knocked to the ground and died after hitting her head on the curb. It was most likely an accident.
Oh, that's just your imagination. The facts say otherwise.
Well, fact, there are no wheel tracks on the woman's body, so the rickshaw could not have run over her. Fact, you are blackmailing an innocent man.
Didn't I tell you to stay out of my business? You're lucky there's a crowd.
So the man can go free. Oh, thank you, Officer Huxley, for your excellent decision.
All right. The rickshaw puller can leave, but he better not show his face again. That goes twice for you, Mr. White Knight. Goodbye, sir.
I'm glad you didn't leave that poor chap alone.
The truth must be told, even if it damns as often as it saves. Today it spared a driver and denounced an officer. Tomorrow, perhaps the opposite.
So, what have we learned today? Don't let anyone take you for a ride.
One bed, one table, and one horrible scent of decay which someone tried to cover with perfume. A typical safe house for Mycroft spies. Fake passports. I guess nothing is a crime if you're working for the Crown. I've always wanted to try something new. Reminds me of the mess in your room, John. Being a secret agent isn't easy. I must say, perfectly maintained. She took good care of it. A brand new model. The documents may have been stowed in here, but they're gone now. Whoever broke in clearly does not appreciate lockpicks.
The espionage life where at any moment you could die. Of boredom.
The wax is still warm. Primitive, but efficient at breaking windows. A brute force intrusion rather than a stealthy sneak-in. Sloppy work. Unprofessional. Someone was in a hurry. Mycroft's documents were stolen. The thief entered through the broken window not long ago.
What are we waiting for? Let's search the backyard and track him down. The espionage life where at any moment you could die. Of boredom.
Merhaba.
They were in such a hurry that they cut themselves. They injured themselves pretty seriously.
Look at the amount of blood. Does it mean they were waiting here for something?
The police patrol schedule sends officers along here regularly. Our thief wasn't waiting. They were hiding. The blood trail stops here. They must have finally bandaged the wound.
Oh, men are always in a hurry, and women always pay the consequences.
The thief must be somewhere around here. I can almost smell him.
Yeah, the noise next door.
Piece of advice. Next time you try to steal from an agent of the United Kingdom, don't leave a trail of blood behind you. Try using a lockpick.
So it seems this is it. You found me. And now I have no choice. No choice at all. He told me to give you this letter.
So where are the documents, and who is he?
Piece of advice. When someone tells you to mind your own business, listen.
Oh, Sherry. What horror could he have been facing that suicide was the better option?
It's a grim augury indeed. There's something bigger brewing, John. We should inspect the poor man for any leads. What did you get yourself into?
Oh, Sherry. He just... Damn.
He managed to bandage the wound properly. A strange act of self-preservation for a man on his way to suicide. A family insignia. Typical nobleman fashion. Old and made of silver. Not expensive, but might be an heirloom. Expensive clothes. Pretty worn out, though.
Take a photo of this poor bugger. Better to give Mycroft something rather than nothing.
I suppose it may help in understanding the situation. Can I ask you a question?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Is this familiar to you?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Alas, that's a terrible blow for the office. I'd better pass on your report immediately. Thank you for your service.
The accident doesn't look so accidental anymore, does it?
I think you might be right, John. I feel like someone is leading us by the nose. First time I've encountered such a devious mind.
I suspect not the last.
Mr. Holmes, your brother sent me.
Oh, terrific. Let me guess. A mission of global importance, a nation forever in my debt? Let's get this over with.
I see the Holmes demeanor is genetic. Well then, this island is home to a seemingly innocuous astronomy professor named Jacob Haring. In high society, though, he's rather more infamous. He possesses a collection of scandalous materials that could compromise almost every aristocrat in Britain. And Haring recently got his hands on information that would expose one of our men. He agreed to return it, so long as he was paid a visit by a Holmes.
And Mycroft was too busy watching the crown jewels? Fine. I'll visit Mr. Haring the moment I can spare the time.
Just wait. The man is a loner, but a cunning one. This invitation implies he has something in mind for you, so be careful. And remember, I was never here.
Boom, Sherry. I found a corpse. Don't you think it's strange we always end up in situations like this?
Seek, and ye shall find. John, do you know any songbirds?
Oh, I don't know. Partridges, birds of paradise, chickens. Okay, I might just be hungry.
It would not be easy to cut this hat in two. Whoever is responsible is a master of their craft. Pheasant feathers. They're rare here. Judging by his expression, a painful and unexpected death. His hand is clinging to his chest, but he has no stab or gunshot wounds. Pattern 1796 light cavalry saber. It looks like he died of natural causes, but something doesn't add up. The clock's hands aren't moving. A man with a plan. Admittedly, not a great plan if you write on paper exactly when you will do your illegal business, but a plan nonetheless. So, the victim is Professor Jacob Haring himself. That's no great surprise. London Fencing Club, 1876. Stamped with Mr. Haring's personal seal. Completely healthy and ready to take part in the fencing competition. Old, but still deadly. Two sabers used to be mounted here. This was opened carefully. One presumes that empty safes are not some hip new trend. This was opened carefully. A safe behind a painting. Classic. If you had an enormous collection of blackmail material, where would you keep it?
Oh, nice try, Sherry. But I ain't telling you nothing. Another day, another death. Do you think we're just lucky? You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. 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 You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Mr. Herring was not one to deviate from his plans, and yet, on this day, he only managed to answer his mail and never did get to repair the clock. The visitor knew his schedule. They entered the house between 3:30 and 4 p.m. That's exactly when Herring would be checking his blackmail collection. When Jacob saw the intruder, his fencing reflexes kicked in. He lunged left to the sabres, wrenched one off the wall, and attacked the visitor. But in the middle of the assault, Mr. Herring is struck by a heart attack, and the professor only manages to cut off the hat of the intruder. The visitor stole Herring's entire blackmail collection and wrote a message on the blackboard.
Before we go chasing the intruder, should we try to confirm the cause of the professor's death? I'd hate for him to be a red herring. Another day, another death. Do you think we're just lucky?
Half empty, or for John, half full. a strong, rotten smell. Uncharacteristic for tea. Totally empty. Even John couldn't argue with that.
Digitalis is usually used to cure heart disease, but every drug is a poison if you get the dosage wrong. Or right, if that's your goal. Seems like we have fun neighbours, eh, Sherry?
We should introduce ourselves.
He doesn't have an invitation to the club. Get him, boys!
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Just die!
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this guy out.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff. It's all yours now. Go for it.
Couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
No more
Give him the pepper snuff. Time to knock this guy out.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
The snuff's ready.
Eat lead! Just die! I'm coming for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this guy out.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
All right, fella. I give up. Take me into custody. You have nothing on me anyway. So I'll walk out the station right after you do.
This area's restricted. Excellent job catching this crook, sir. His name is Lucky Joe, and as it happens, someone with influence was after him too. You did them a favour.
I just solved the mystery, officer. If a criminal appears in my path, it merely affirms my deductions are sound.
Either way, you'll be pleased to know that an anonymous tip has fingered Lucky Joe as being involved in the murder of a famous professor. We have photographs and witness statements. Not so Lucky Joe is headed straight to the gallows. Someone served him to us on a silver platter.
Interesting. Well, as a vital ally in the arrest of a wanted murderer, you couldn't possibly object to me interviewing him.
Well, vital? Yes, no, of course. Go ahead.
Looks like those little birdies won't sing for a while, Sherry.
You, haven't you made my day bad enough? Get out!
The police received an anonymous tip. Someone saw you entering Professor Jacob Haring's house. They have photos. You're in trouble.
I didn't even touch the old fool. This whole business was a setup from the beginning.
You broke into the house at the exact time Jacob Haring had his safe open and his collection of blackmail materials out. Perfect timing to steal the lot.
Ah, that's circumstantial at best.
Alas, the professor turned out to be less feeble than you expected. He pulled a saber from the wall and nearly took your head off. But lo, the vigor evaporated, and all at once he fell to the floor, grasping his chest as if his heart itself had given up.
That's exactly what happened. And that's why I'll be out of this reeking cell by morning, once the coroner has done his business.
Unlikely. You claim somebody set you up. If so, they will ensure that you're hanged. We both want to know who is truly behind this, so tell me the whole story. It may yet save your life.
Oh, blast. All right. What do you want to know?
Haring's blackmail collection was hardly public knowledge. It stands to reason that whoever informed you of his existence must be who set you up.
Yes, obviously. But I've never seen his face, nor do I know his name. I received a note at El Palazzo de Lusso that gave me the address of Jacob Haring. It was signed with one letter, M.
I cannot believe such an established gang leader would personally engage in burglary simply because he received a letter.
It was not just a letter. I received something else with the note. A file. On me. And a bloody detailed one at that. I'm not sure if it was from Haring's own collection, but it contained things that could bury me and the entire damn Robbins. I burned the file in a heartbeat, but the note warned of others like it in Haring's safe. I needed to retrieve them, and got lucky.
Lucky? Why?
The note said that by being there at a very precise time, I'd find that safe opened. And it was right.
So you broke into Professor Haring's study and stole the blackmail materials. What did you do with them?
Do you like jokes?
My humour tends toward the dry and bitter.
Then you will love this one. As I fled Haring's place with the documents, a pickpocket snatched the folder from me on the street. I was played from the beginning. Beaten at my own game. They made a joke of me and the Robbins. And now I await the gallows. Ha! Ha ha ha!
Oh, you're right, it was a good joke. But now things begin to make sense. Fear not, Joe. I will prove you didn't kill Professor Haring.
What? Then you better do it fast.
Per his schedule, Professor Haring had tea with a guest not long before you arrived. The tea in Haring's teapot was dosed with digitalis. A large dose of such a drug, coupled with physical exertion, can cause cardiac arrest.
So if the old man hadn't attacked me...
He may have lived, yes. But it wasn't you who killed him. The real murderer is the one that poisoned the professor and set you up. I'll make sure the police know it.
Yeah, you may save my bacon.
Oh, I wouldn't sing a victory song just yet. I believe they're preparing for a conversation with you on many subjects, like the Robbins.
I can handle those fools. I thought you were the copper's pet. But you have character those bloodthirsty mongrels lack. I respect that.
Make no mistake, Joe, we are not friends. Should we meet again under different circumstances, well, you know my character.
Hey you, mutton shunter. Come up here. Come on, is it bring your idiot to work day at the station? We have serious business to discuss. Hey you, mutton shunter. Come up here. Come on, is it bring your idiot to work day at the station? We have serious business to discuss.
Lucky Joe is just behind this door, waiting for you.
Extra, extra! In broad daylight, from the rolling bricks bridge. Extra, extra! Robin's finally put in cage. The entirety of the Robins gang, including their leader Lucky Joe, finally arrested. Extra, extra! Suicide claims another. A young man has leapt to his end in broad daylight from the rolling bricks bridge.
Oh, is that you, Mr. Holmes? Please, come in. Now that the police have finished their investigation, Il Palazzo del Lusso has finally reopened. We are delighted to welcome you back, Mr. Holmes.
Help me, please. I have nothing to hide, sir, but I've never heard of this.
How can I help you, sir?
Good day. I'm looking for room 227. An acquaintance of mine has invited me to visit him.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, what a delight to see you again. Professor Malice told me he was expecting someone, but I didn't know it would be you. 227 is upstairs and to the left. He said you should spare him the trouble and let yourself in. Here's the key. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see you.
Professor Malice. Yes. Yes, of course. Well, I'd best not keep him waiting, thank you.
Sherry, this feels awfully like someone has set a mousetrap and we're walking right into it.
I have it under control, John.
Really, Sherry? I don't like this. Please.
See? Neither a trapdoor nor a self-firing gun. Nelson's Monument in Trafalgar Square, London. I am watching you.
The hairs on my neck just stood up. What did it say, Sherry?
That I failed, John. He's gone, tore through Cordona like a hurricane and left us to sift through the wreckage. Extensive handwritten notes on Sirius B. It appears M was studying up. A dossier on General Garnet Wolseley, but now empty. I recognize this seal from Jacob Haring's mail. He left behind only what he wanted us to find. Infuriating. A clean champagne flute. The first move has been made. Anglo-Egyptian war looms. The champagne bottle is uncorked, yet still chilled and bubbly. The gall of this man.
Someone's celebrating a victory, and I'm not sure it's us.
M is celebrating and wants us to know it. Mycroft's agent. So M did orchestrate her accident with unimaginable precision. Jacob Haring, just a pawn in a complex chess match. A marked map of Cordona. We've visited most of these locations recently. The position of naval forces in the Mediterranean. This M has his sights set on bigger things. All these thefts, exactions, and deaths are the intricately entwined pieces of a greater plan, and we fail to influence it in the slightest. A family photo of the man who jumped off the bridge. Pity. Everybody has pressure points. What would happen if I pushed yours? How many more dossiers like this does M possess? Mysteries of Sirius B by Jacob Haring. Used, then discarded. Like everyone in his path. These people were not colleagues or co-conspirators, they were just implements M used to get what he wanted.
We're too late, Sherry. M set this all up for us, knowing by the time we found it, he would already have left Cordona.
No, there must be something I've missed. We can still catch him.
There's nothing else here. It's over. You read his letter. He laid out this makeshift museum to taunt you. Don't give him the satisfaction.
I will not cede defeat. I will treat this threat with the seriousness it deserves, which is to say, my absolute attention.
Then you were giving him the win, Sherlock. Have you considered you might be out of your depth? He was sitting here in this very room, spinning his web around Cordona and beyond, manipulating and murdering people, using the Mediterranean as his playground like some sodding Napoleon of crime.
Are you trying to suggest?
I am not suggesting. I am stating outright that he is toying with you and you are too arrogant to avoid the bait. Sherlock, we stumbled into the lion's den. Now we must slow down, be smart, and make sure we get to walk out alive.
When a fly gets caught in a spider's web, it twitches. But the more it does so, the more it traps itself. You are twitching too much, John. Do not mistake my rage for recklessness. Do not mistake disappointment for desperation. The spider does not yet know what it caught.
He knows full well. The man makes no mistakes, Sherlock.
Incorrect. He just made one. He caught my attention.
That's what I'm saying. You are behaving exactly how I'd expect. He wants you to come after him. He knows you can't resist the game. You need to face the facts. You lost. You were outwitted and he got away. Don't fall for it again. The smartest thing we can do now is lick our wounds and tell Mycroft everything.
Mycroft, now you really are being hysterical.
Look around you, Sherlock. He's stealing secrets from the Crown, toying with navies, fomenting war. You cannot catch him alone. We will need all your brother's connections to stop this madman before he does worse.
Perhaps you're right. He could be anywhere in Europe, and the only practical way to find him is with Mycroft's eyes and ears. I shall endeavour to tell my brother the whole story as soon as I can stomach another humiliation.
Good. Thank you. And it is not humiliation, it is humility. For now, we need to put this wretched affair behind us. M has gone. Best to focus on the reason we came to Cordona in the first place.
You're right. I'm glad you were here.
I'm always looking out for you, brother.
Thank you, John. Now, shall we?
I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Killed with one perfect shot. Killed with one killed with one.
Good day, sir.
Merhaba. Good day to be alive.
And, by extension, a poor day to take a bullet. Why are you just standing there?
I came to take the deceased to the cemetery, but caught sight of Mother Nature's bounty and had to drink my fill. He won't mind anyway. Let me tell you, friend, the sweet sea air, the calming whisper of the waves, it's a salve for all ills.
Do you know what happened here?
Officer said there was a duel, shots fired, and then that fellow took his last breath. Reminds me of last year.
So the inspectors have been and gone?
Of course. Police don't let an undertaker do his work before they finish theirs.
You mentioned a previous incident.
It was in the old city ruins. I remember the deceased was very rich. Front page news, very, very rich he was. But a coin makes a poor shield, as I always say. And who needs it when a view like this is free?
Who died?
Oh, no, mister. It is not my place to say.
Not your place? Nonsense. As you say, he won't mind.
Death with dignity, that's all we can hope for, sir. He doesn't need his name out there.
We're done.
This man is no more. He's ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff. Bereft of life, he rests in peace. You know the rest.
The bullet entered the heart at an angle, implying it was fired from an elevated position. He died instantly. Predictably, the rumours were exaggerated. The blindfold is intact, with both eyes unharmed. A key for a birdcage? I'll take it. Blank cartridges filled with a wax-covered gelatin bullet. Effectively harmless, even at close range, but leaves a nice red splash on impact. A Webley top-break revolver. Your opponent was behind you. A blindfold, discarded or lost. The duelist eventually reloaded his gun, but all the cartridges were filled with red non-lethal rounds.
Gosh, how exciting. I always wanted to be a member of a club. I bet you couldn't join. No good at following orders, are you, Sherry?
Ah, the contest then. I shall prove my blind devotion, so to speak, to their inane rules, and you shall eat your words. Blank cartridges filled with red wax-covered gelatin bullets. Most assuredly non-lethal, if rather theatrical on impact. A case for dueling Webley revolvers. The corner of the box is broken, likely from being dropped.
You know what? That Undertaker has a point. It is beautiful here. This man is no more. He's ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff, bereft of life. He rests in peace. You know the rest.
I love this place. So peaceful here, yes?
Red stains, relatively fresh. One chamber is empty, the others are filled with live rounds. A Lamat revolver, .42 caliber. victim was killed by someone up on the wall. It may have been the referee who took advantage of the duelists while they were blindfolded. This seems plausible, but I must consider all options. What if there was another person here? The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. There may have been someone else here, a fourth person waiting for an opportunity to strike.
Sometimes I think beauty can blind you, or you can be blind to beauty, you know? Did he see it all around him, do you think, before he covered his eyes and drew his pistol?
Can we please leave the nattering behind?
Oh, friend, relax. Life's too short to be short with people.
Enough tomfoolery. Give me the victim's name.
I told you that's his business, not yours. 2 men duelled, 1 man died. When you hit a rock, stop digging.
There is more to this case than meets the eye. The victim fell not to his duel opponent, but to hidden marksmen in the ruins. Abandon your oversimplistic ideals and tell me the name of the deceased so his killer can be caught.
Ah, that is wrong, to be sure. Okay, the man's name was Eric von Staub. I heard the officers say that he lived in Scaladio.
At last. You may return to your vacant stare.
I love this place. So peaceful here, yes.
I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Extra, extra! Robin's finally put in cage. The entirety of the Robin's gang, including their leader Lucky Joe, finally arrested.
Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir. Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Good day, miss. I regret to disturb you at this tragic time, but could you spare a moment?
Oh, officer. I've been waiting. Is his body still in that horrible place?
A horrible place? I should introduce you to the Undertaker. But first, you and I shall get to know one another. I am Officer Holmes. I take it you are Magda von Staub, the sister of the deceased?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I am.
My deepest condolences, Miss von Staub. Your brother's body will be returned to you shortly, as I believe the case will soon be closed. Nevertheless, there remain some formalities requiring attention. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh, if you must. But I'm unsure if I will be of much help.
Forgive my intrusion, but I must inquire about your bruises. Did you take a tumble?
Oh, I have a weak disposition. It is not so bad, but my skin marks more easily than a peach. It is the least of my sorrows.
But, Miss von Staub, I can tell you suffered new bruises even before the old ones had healed.
I have nothing more to add, Officer Holmes. It is what it is.
Do you know if Mr. von Staub had any enemies? Someone that may have sought to do him harm?
Enemies? I don't know. He and I did not discuss such matters, and he was rarely called upon by visitors. My brother's only guests were his friendly contests, but I was not allowed to participate. I merely heard it all from my room.
Contests?
Eric would practice shooting on the patio, and occasionally friends would join him, but I couldn't tell you if they ever argued.
Where were you when your brother died, Miss von Staub?
I was here painting Eric's portrait. My God, you could have asked the servants.
Alas, I needed to hear it from your lips. May I take a look at Mr. von Staub's room? His personal effects may prove invaluable in our understanding of the case.
Please do. Here's the key. Oh, please, let me mourn my brother.
It appears the parents are dearly missed. Our beloved parents, 1875, Baden-Baden. Rest in peace. Only German composers feature here.
Look at those vases, Sherry. Bet they cost a fortune. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Were those Limoges porcelain?
You have a keen eye.
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with a blindfold. Pew, 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 pew.
Do you know anything about this?
I'm sorry, but I can't help, officer.
A wealthy man in his 60s. Sir Barnaby Boddington, 1879. A typical crest for a league or a guild. Club headquarters, 190th anniversary celebration. This whip is well loved and well used. This whip is well loved and well used. An ointment by a Dr. Herbert with a lavender and pine scent. Excellent score. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. The end and the beginning. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. A handsome portrait of Eric. Miss von Staub does have talent. The rounds have been emptied. The black paint looks thick. It's been mixed with something. I found burnt letters in your brother's room. I believe they were addressed to you.
To me? From whom?
They appear to be from some of your suitors. Why did you burn them?
I didn't. I didn't even know about them. Eric, he never said a word.
There is an unfinished portrait of your brother in your room. Beautiful to be sure, but one detail drew my attention. Why did you add gunpowder to your black paint?
You entered my room? I thought you were only inspecting Eric's.
It is standard procedure, Miss von Staub. Now, tell me about the gunpowder.
Eric's art was his shooting, and this painting is my tribute to him. It felt appropriate. We're both artists in different ways. I don't understand.
One of the revolver cases in your brother's room is missing. Do you know where it may be?
I'm not permitted in Eric's quarters. I suppose he must have taken it with him.
It seems you and Mr. Boddington were to be engaged. Were you as thrilled at the prospect as your brother?
Mr. Boddington is not how I had imagined my husband. But it was Eric's choice. I didn't dare dispute it. Oh, please, let me mourn my brother.
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you on the training ground. Down the stairs.
Fancy. Not every manor has a custom floor.
That is the von Kramkress, the old Prussian noble family. They must be patrons of the club.
How often do you think they check the submission box? My application deserves prompt consideration.
It's the killer. Shake him. Get him.
Can overcome the brute now.
Too simple.
Time to knock this guy out. The snuff's ready. Give him the pepper snuff.
No more crime.
The snuff's ready.
Ow! Don't bother.
Give him the pepper snuff. He's all yours now. Go for it.
I'm coming for you.
No more crime for you until next month.
The snuff.
I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff. I must say, Sherry, that was near perfect. Could it be that you're not completely hopeless?
The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition. All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels. Clever system. Glass crushed underfoot with damp traces still visible. A nice apricot aroma. Marilyn schnapps, I presume. Half full. 2 glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John?
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes, and if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your compatriots attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
So, you are Mr. von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich Vögen von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. von Kram. The dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver. And further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges, and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Eric cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Eric, but it was too late. He was gone. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. Von Cram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Eric was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this. A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
As it happens, a Lamat .42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a .36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true. Can we just get this over with?
How to sharpen one's senses. A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis. Addressed to Heinrich von Cram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Recordings labelled in Braille. Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood. Cecilia von Cram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder. There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness, an affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now. Do you recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his name.
I need to be elsewhere.
Miss von Staub is awaiting the police, sir. Perhaps you might visit on another day. Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother. The missing box in your brother's room contained a lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Eric was obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes, it was left somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic, a typical feminine response.
No, I've never been to that cursed place.
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Eric from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded and Mr. von Cram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything? Your imagination has run wild.
Ah, but you forget one thing. A blind man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Cram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
It is your brother who was monstrous. He was a tyrant and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time. Tell me the truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet. When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
The law is the law and murder is murder. You should have sought freedom through more civil means.
The sickness of men runs deep. You dare speak to my civility. You dare tell me what I must endure. All of you are the same. You may look down on us, but make no mistake, we are staring up at you, and one day there will be a reckoning. I have no regrets, but I know that you will. I have no regrets, but I know that you will.
Sherlock, she didn't deserve that. She just wanted to be free. Where's your compassion?
Did you hear? Another sailor's drowned on the beach. What an idiot. Did you hear? Another sailor's drowned.
Kiss mark. It's the work of a siren, I'm telling you.
What's happened? Who is it?
Here to gawk at the bloater?
Not at all, officer. Perhaps I can help.
Help with what exactly? Solving an accident? Fellow drank himself to death, literally. Case closed. It's not the first case, neither. A few days ago, another drunken sailor drowned himself in a fountain.
What can you tell me about the other sailor?
Nothing to tell. Some rich chap complained about a dead body in a fountain. Wasn't me who inspected the scene, though. Should have gone easy on the bottle, if you ask me. They get to shore, they start drinking like fish. Too bad booze doesn't make them grow gills, eh?
I would like to take a look around.
Go ahead. Just don't disturb the evidence, all right? I still have to write my report.
There's talk on the streets that a siren could be responsible for the drownings.
A siren? You mean the bird woman kind? Why, of course, we've got sirens aplenty round here. Harpies, too. Oh, please.
His whole body is tense, stiffened by rigor mortis. A kiss on the forehead is quite intimate, but the vulgar lip rouge suggests a different type of intimacy. Interesting. The face is frozen in a contorted smile. His fingers are clenched as if he's clutching to life even now. Worn, soaked boots, size 8. Something smells fishy here, and it's not brine. It's a good thing the tide hasn't washed away the tracks. I should inspect them more closely. Siren's song. The rumours weren't so absurd after all.
Who's it?
There's still some left, just enough for a tipple. The sediment contains cyanide. It turns out he was poisoned.
Didn't the copper say that fellow drank himself to death? He wasn't wrong.
A bright red lip rouge mark. Light tobacco with a hint of citrus.
What now? I've still got my report to write, so make it quick.
I hate to break it to you, officer, but it wasn't an accident.
Care to elaborate, smarty boots?
The bottle of wine I found near the victim had been poisoned with cyanide. He was dead before he hit the water.
Whoa, that's a twist. Any leads on the poisoner?
Nothing to put my finger on, but I might need to inspect the other drowned sailor.
Well, of course I won't stop you. It's not my case anyway. We had a complaint about a body in a fountain. Can't have bodies laying about in fountains, can we? It was somewhere in Scaladio, as far as I know. You think they're connected?
That is what I intend to find out. Thank you.
Oh, look, they drained the fountain and removed the body. We're too late.
No matter, we'll work with what we have.
Drowning in a 2 feet deep fountain? I've seen some things, but this really takes the biscuit.
Last week's newspaper, the front page reads, "Sky is the limit, Governor funds Arsenal's second airship." A bright red lip rouge mark. Light tobacco with a hint of citrus. A broken bottle with no label. A cotton shawl. Could it be our sirens? A worn leather tobacco pouch, salt stained from a long time at sea. This wine again. Don't sailors prefer spirits? Drained to the last drop. The victim won't be needing his cap anymore. I might as well take it. Ugh, the litter bin is right there. This sailor is another victim of the same woman. She poisoned him and pushed him into the fountain to make it look like an accident.
Sherlock, the spot where he fell. I saw something. Maybe you should take a look. Sherlock, the spot where he fell. I saw something. Maybe you should take a look.
A water-soaked matchbox from The Drinking Dutchman. Must be a local pub.
Blimey, the great detective is baffled by a piece of cutlery.
Venetian copper soldi. Authentic, but worthless.
I'm shipping up to Boston in a few days.
May I ask you something?
I wish I could help you. Hey, barkeep. Another one over here.
What can I get you, mate?
Nah, I'm good. Don't want to end up like that guy who drowned in the fountain after having one too many.
Aye, I know the fella. Shame, damn shame. But let me tell ya, it wasn't the drink that got him. 'Twas a curse.
You're pulling my leg.
No kidding, mate. You sail long enough, you start taking it seriously. He was from HMS Achilles. Some British schooner, nothing special. Except one of them Jack Tars shot an albatross. Everyone knows it's bad luck. Everyone. The dimwit brought the curse upon his whole crew. 3 are dead already.
Wait, I've heard of only 2 such accidents. Are you saying that another man drowned?
Drowned or not, they've all kicked the bucket. Just this morning, another member of the crew was found dead. It's a curse, I'm telling ya.
Yeah, we're obliged to find...
It must indeed be the curse, but how do you know all that?
Why, he told me the whole story himself.
The victim told you?
His crewmate. The one who killed an albatross, Harry Thorne. He's renting a room upstairs. Every day, He gets completely rat-arsed, raving on and on about the bird around his neck. He's sleeping it off right now. But when the blighter wakes up, it'll be the same thing all over again.
Do you have a free room?
Certainly do. Dirt cheap. Here's the key. Go pick anyone you like. Take care, lad.
This place.
Well, if it ain't Mr. Smarty Boots. Guess what? You were right about the poisoning, but this time I'm ahead of the game. We've got another homicide on our hands. Same method, same everything. See for yourself. Be my guest.
A sharp, bloody rock stuck deep in the mud. The officer must have rolled the body over. He suffered a head wound. There's caked blood in his hair underneath all the mud. An empty bottle of rum. There'd be no sirens. Looks like he slipped. This was clearly an accident.
After all this, I assume we're going to meet a werewolf next.
What did I tell you? We've a killer on the loose. I knew it.
That may be true, but this here is very clearly an accident. The victim slipped and hit his head on a rock. I would have thought it obvious.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I thought I had all this sewn up. But you just had to come along and make me look like an idiot. I hope you're happy now, genius. Just move along.
So it was a curse after all. The curse of clumsiness. I hope it's not contagious.
Oh, it smells of stale cigarettes and damp bed sheets. Not exactly the best place to stay in town. Oh, the smell alone makes me feel groggy.
If he stopped drinking, the entire alcohol industry would collapse.
The photo of the cursed crew. Here's Thorn, and right next to him, our first drowning victim. Crew of HMS Achilles, Cordona, 1879.
The same as we saw earlier. She's pretty free with her kisses.
Perhaps too much for her own good.
Now we walk into a trap, guns blazing. The game is afoot, Sherry boy.
Well said. I think I'll borrow that line from you, old chum.
Oof, he's really gone on a binge.
He's out cold. No use trying to wake him.
Take care, lad.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, pal. I can help you.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Ah, mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
Excuse me, just one question.
No, I've never heard of it. But I can help you with something else.
Come on over, Lovey. Don't be shy. I can see you're up for some fun. Madame Pauline will see you right. Girls, boys, a bit of both. Whatever tickles your pickle, darling. Cannot help you with this, Lovey.
I'm looking for the girl who wrote this letter. Perhaps you know who she might be?
Let me see. No, I don't know, Lovey. I have a Lizzie here, but I doubt she can even spell her own name. And what's all this nonsense about a special client? This is a business we're running here, not a charity. I don't see what you're getting at. Cannot help you with this, Lovey. What's that got to do with me? I don't see what you're getting at. Cannot help you with this, Lovey. Cannot help you with this, Lovey. What's that got to do with me?
I'm looking for a specific girl. This is her shawl. Do you have any idea where she might be?
Ah, I know who you mean. It's the goody two shoes down the street. She's not one of mine, though. She's not even a working girl, if I say so myself. Trust me, Lovey. We'll give you a much better time.
I don't doubt it, Mom, but I have to see her first. Thanks for your help.
What would it be, Lovey?
Great to see you. So many. Nice to see you.
Harry, it's you! I knew you'd come. It's been so long, but you haven't changed a bit. I don't suppose you remember me, do you?
You must be Eloise, yes? I got your letter.
Wonderful. No point beating around the bush then. I've missed you, love. I wonder if you still have your prowess. Why don't we go to my place for some wine and something extra?
How could I refuse such an offer from a pretty girl like you? Let's go right now.
Wonderful. Follow me. It's not far from here. Well, here we are. Make yourself comfortable, love. There's wine on the table. You should have some, loosen you up. Bring out your naughty side.
Won't you drink with me?
Absolutely. I'll join you in a minute. I just need to powder my nose.
All right then. I'll be waiting for you, pet.
Did you just call her pet? Seriously? Boy, you are truly hopeless, Sherlock.
Siren's song. She is consistent, I'll give her that. The bottle was open and the cork replaced.
A fresh lick of paint, some warm touches, and anyone could call this place a home. Hey, if you want to keep this stupid act up, you better pour out the wine, and quick. Hurry up, she'll be out any second.
HMS Achilles, Friday, 5 p.m. She prepared for their arrival. The beloved child of a rich family.
Come on, hurry up.
Ah, she's smoking citrus-flavoured cigarettes. The dots connect.
This lip rouge looks good on her. Just saying.
White powder with a bitter almond-like odour. These are no smelling salts. It's cyanide.
Oh, here she comes.
Sorry for making you wait, sweetie. I hope the wine has kept you good company.
Cyanide is not exactly the best company.
Wait, what's happening?
It's time I drop my act. This beard is false. I'm not Harry Thorne.
Oh, I see. You're from the police then, yes? Here to question me?
There's no need. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I know that you killed Thorne's crewmates, and I know why.
Well, Mr. Holmes, you can save your breath. I won't deny a thing. But please stop tormenting me with this farce. Do what you must.
I'm afraid I must turn you into the police, miss.
The police, you say? The police who didn't lift a finger to bring my abusers to justice. How are they any better than those animals? No, I won't give you the satisfaction.
That's a pity, but thanks. We'll send the coroner.
So much work, so little time.
I thought he'd kill the boy. I've never seen Giorgio so angry. I hope the kid's safe.
Someone has over-egged the pudding with these spangles. A deck of tarot cards, very popular among street performers. Let's hope no one's been hit by this smooth mineral. The name of the original performer has been replaced with Dilwyn.
You know what? Put on the magic cap. I have a feeling it will help.
It's not actually magic, John.
Well, not to you perhaps, but to a boy, any magician's hat is special.
Should have known better than to jostle a...
It's all right, boy. You can come out. Your pursuer has been intercepted by Cordona's finest.
I didn't do anything, mister. He just came after me.
I know who you are, Dilwyn. I followed you from the magic stand. Let's take a look at you.
I'm fine. I can take care of myself.
You wear your bruises like a badge of honor, a souvenir of your street antics. Your clothes are ragged, yes, but your hair and nails are clean. You're no urchin. This is a rich boy's game, a way to fight off boredom. You made a costume, snuck out from home, and put your skills to the test.
Wow, I guess you do know me.
Clearly. So, tell me, why did you call that man a liar?
Because he is. He told me he's a lord. But no lord has calluses on his hands and sour cabbage stuck in his moustache. He came after me. He caught me with a fist. Nasty bugger.
What did you expect? You embarrassed him in front of his peers and he couldn't admit it. Of course he would lash out. You must be careful how you deploy the truth, Dilwyn. It's a potent weapon, as easily turned against the speaker as it is brandished by him.
Yeah, well, the truth is what people pay me for. I simply notice things others don't. But I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I can do it too. It's called inductive reasoning, and do not let anyone tell you differently.
I never knew there was anyone else like me.
Your abilities come with consequences, Dilwyn. To adults, you're a nuisance. To other kids, a freak. You must learn how to blend in. Bite your tongue.
But I don't want to blend in.
Then they will lock you up. The truth hurts, and the bigger the truth, the further men will go to silence it. Be careful how and when you deploy it.
All right. I mean, it was just an amusement.
Yes, nothing like a swift uppercut to really pass the time. Perhaps when faced with the monotony of this world, you will find a place in your mind to explore instead. There is little to gain in idle provocation. For now, I think you should go home. Your parents might be worried about you. And, if I may, consider applying your brilliant mind to academia. There is still much in this world to be discovered, explored, and explained.
Now you sound just like my Uncle Gilbert. But fine, I'll go. I'm hungry anyway.
Before you go, impress me. What do you see?
You're overconfident, as a way to mask your insecurities. You're more vain than you care to admit. And you notice when people notice you. You act like you don't need anyone, because it's easier to pretend you like being alone than to ask for help. You desperately hope to find somewhere you belong. But you never will. Nowhere, no one will ever be enough. And the truth is, you're terrified. You're too smart and too empty inside. You know how dangerous that is, and you know exactly what you're capable of.
Valiant attempt, but alas, you've missed the mark.
Oh, really? Well, what does John think?
Sherlock, did he just... How?
I don't know. Does this poster truly claim unholy howls keeping you inside at night? Luigi can help. All ghosts gone. Meet on Southern Pier of the Silverton Port. Donations gratefully accepted. This town loves the supernatural, but all I see is another scam to disprove.
The world shrivels under a skeptic's eye. That's why you're so sullen, Sherry. You leave no room for delight in the magical.
I delight in making the unknown known. Let us begin by asking someone about the poster and then pay this Luigi a visit at the port. Not enough blood for a murder, but plenty to suggest fists were flying in a collie shangles. I wonder if Luigi made it himself. Not much brandy was spilled when the bottle broke. Someone had drunk most of it already.
I reckon the ghost is responsible for all this mess.
Don't jump to conclusions. Until we locate any evidence to the contrary, we shall continue to exclude the supernatural. Let me concentrate, John. The ghost hunter's stand was here. Someone stormed up angrily.
Let me take it from here. It was the ghost of Cordona, a horrific being, formless, with evil eyes and glassy skin that shimmered like a nebula. It lurched towards its foe.
No, John, it was human. We're staring at the evidence of a scuffle between men.
A little imagination never hurt anybody.
If a mark realizes they've been had, that the fear was baseless, the money defrauded, they will likely return to voice their displeasure. And thus Luigi took a beating. Fools should have at least moved locations between scams. After the attack, he fled bloodied and bruised. Looks like he crawled that way. empty bottle suggested intoxication. This vomit confirms it.
Well, if you were tailing supernatural creatures for a living, wouldn't you start drinking?
Thanks to you, I am often forced to tail the supernatural, and yet I'm still sober. Mostly. There's a bottle missing. After expelling all the alcohol from his stomach, it seemed he was compelled to replenish it.
Perhaps because booze eases the pain of his lonely and dangerous life as a ghost hunter.
You need to stop reading the Penny Dreadfuls. He threw the bottle here. I think we must be near his hideout.
Maybe we just leave, Sherry. There's no need to disturb the ghost hunter from his beauty sleep.
Looks like an appropriate home for a ghost hunter.
I have a bad feeling about this.
have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Donations, one presumes. The painter definitely has an aesthetic. Handcrafted, actually rather beautiful work. An eerie and unsettling sound. So this is where all the money was going. So you see, John, nothing supernatural, just a drunken lowlife fooling superstitious sailors for a living. You can't argue with the truth. The truth will out no matter what one does. You can embellish it all you like, but you're just delaying the inevitable.
Well, he can delay it no more. After what happened at the port, this scam won't work again. Maybe we just leave, Sherry. There is no need to disturb the ghost hunter from his beauty sleep. Salty breeze, old ruins, dusty roads. Do you recall clambering over these walls as a child?
Perhaps. Did we find something at the top?
It was an old skull. What a lucky find for a pair of young adventurers.
It was easier to climb these walls back then. Not merely because we're older, but because the ruins are too. Of course. You said we needed to bury him. Do you remember where?
Well, one would think burying a human skull would stick in the mind, but somehow... no.
old man was standing here as we passed.
Oh, yes. I remember his face as we flew by with a skull in our hands.
He looked as shocked as our grisly companion.
Nothing ever bothers an old Ottoman backgammon player.
This wasn't the right place for a funeral. We were looking for somewhere more appropriate.
Funny, nowadays you love putting men behind bars.
You're a fellow of infinite jest, aren't you? The water level was higher back then.
I remember swimming through this mire while trying not to breathe in the horrible odour.
This is where we buried it. It seems that with time, our friend has emerged once more. The skull is ancient. Its likeliest owner was one of the Knights Hospitaller who died during the siege of the fortress. I remember now, you said this skull was my father's.
A child's imagination is a powerful tool. You needed this. A burial process of your own. A ritual so you could begin to grieve.
Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. I felt so alone back then, John. Uncertain. Abandoned by my father.
I know.
The skull wasn't his, though it may as well have been. In the earth, all of us look alike. But putting this man to rest, it did help.
I'm glad, Sherry.
I find myself rather tempted to keep it. If not for sentimental value, then it's archaeological merit.
Sherry, I think we're getting the hang of this.
That was the third in a row, and all are in grand array. Of course, the police are still struggling to explain them. That was the third in...
Oldukça zordu ama başardım.
Who do you think you are, barging in here like this? Another hack writer from the Chronicle, here to mock my misfortune? I will not tolerate your lampooning.
I have no intention of mocking you, and I am no hack writer. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes? The name sounds familiar. Are you perhaps related to that brilliant young man, Mycroft Holmes? My late husband, Sir Ralph, spoke very highly of him.
Yes, indeed, he is my brother. I am sorry for your loss, Lady Gruber.
Loss isn't the word for it. It's an outrage. It was a black pearl necklace, not some mere bauble.
Actually, I meant your, Never mind. What happened exactly?
What happened? I was robbed, for heaven's sake. While my guests and I were enjoying the amazing Alonso show, a thief broke in through the window and stole my necklace.
Do you suspect anyone? One of your guests, perhaps?
Good heavens, no. My soirees are strictly for Cordona's creme de la creme, very far removed from the debaucheries of that libertine Lady Calf. Do I suspect Lady Vaughan, the governor's own cousin, or the Right Honourable Lord Crane, or Lieutenant Colonel Wolfe from Dorset? Preposterous!
It was a magic show, yes?
Oh, yes. Alonso turned cards into butterflies. An impressive spectacle. Everyone loved it. Lieutenant Colonel Wolfe became so excited he had a coughing fit. I had to send him to the guest room to catch his breath.
I'd like to take a look at the crime scene.
Please go ahead, Mr. Holmes. I haven't touched anything whilst waiting for the police. Those laggards do take their time, don't they? Outrageous!
Don't distract me. This part's tricky.
Ah, this Alonso enjoys changing faces as much as you do.
A hint of gravitas for my wardrobe. The audience don't notice the secret compartment hidden behind all the cards. Pushing this button swaps the upper and lower compartments and releases the butterflies. Signed by someone from the audience, I think. All the other jewellery is untouched, but why?
This butterfly must have seen something. Come on, little chum. Spill it.
How did it get here? These cards are carefully arranged. The thief is trying to tell us something. This bedroom looks more like a treasury.
Or a dragon's lair. Even asleep, she's guarding her precious hoard.
This bedroom looks more like a treasury. This bedroom looks more like a treasury.